Alperen Şengün's performance at Eurobasket 2025 against Nikola Jokic has already been labeled as one of the most defining international basketball moments in recent memory. The Turkish center, at just 23 years old, not only managed to lead his national team to a stunning 95-90 victory over Serbia, but also outdueled the reigning three-time NBA MVP on one of the biggest stages of the international game. With 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists, Şengün produced a masterpiece that showcased his growth from a rising NBA talent with the Houston Rockets into a fully established international superstar capable of shifting basketball's global hierarchy. This single game became the centerpiece of a larger debate, whether Jokic's reign as the unquestioned king of modern basketball is still intact, or whether a new contender has emerged to challenge his supremacy. Nikola Jokic came into Eurobasket 2025 with a resume few could rival: a three-time NBA MVP, the anchor of the Denver Nuggets' 2023 championship run, and one of the most efficient players in league history. Jokic entered the tournament averaging 21.8 points, 10.9 rebounds, and 7.2 assists for the 2024-25 NBA season. His combination of size, vision, and touch made him nearly impossible to stop, and he was widely expected to dominate international competition the same way he had controlled NBA defenses for years. At Eurobasket, his numbers were strong as usual, averaging 22.3 points on over 60% shooting with 9 rebounds and 4.2 assists per game. Serbia came into the clash against Turkey undefeated at 4-0, and Jokic was again at the center of their success. However, on the night of September 3rd in Riga, Latvia, the narrative shifted. Turkey also entered the Group A showdown undefeated, and Şengün carried not just his team's hopes, but the weight of a nation eager to reclaim international basketball relevance. From the opening tip, it was clear that Şengün would not be intimidated by Jokic's reputation. In the first quarter, he scored 10 points and dished out 4 assists, setting the tone by attacking Jokic directly. One highlight involved a devastating baseline move where he faked out Jokic with a shoulder shimmy before throwing down a thunderous dunk, sending shockwaves through the arena. Another came when he whipped a behind-the-back pass to Seti Osman for a three-pointer, freezing Serbia's defense. By the end of the quarter, the young Turkish center had made it clear that this would not be a routine Jokic showcase. Jokic, meanwhile, struggled early with frustration fouls and missed jumpers. While his efficiency remained intact later in the game, Şengün's relentless aggression forced Serbia into uncomfortable situations. Jokic regained his composure in the second quarter, scoring with a silky hook shot and showcasing his trademark passing, including a no-look lob to Filip Petrušev that energized the Serbian bench. By halftime, Serbia trailed only 48-44, a testament to Jokic's ability to steady his team even when under duress. Still, the momentum and energy of the contest were swinging toward Turkey, driven by Şengün's fearless approach. The third quarter escalated into a true duel between the apprentice and the master. Şengün drained a three-pointer off a pick and pop, marking a career-best shooting night from deep as he hit 3 of 4 attempts. Jokic answered with a rare 3 of his own, his 5th of the tournament, showing that he was unwilling to concede the perimeter battle. Yet Şengün's confidence only grew. Using a veteran-like pump fake, he drew Jokic into the air, drove to the basket, and converted an and-one play that ignited the Turkish supporters in the arena. Turkey extended its lead behind not only Şengün, but also the backcourt brilliance of Shane Larkin, who finished with 23 points and 9 assists. Serbia's guard rotation, weakened by the absence of Bogdan Bogdanovic due to a hamstring injury reported a day earlier, struggled to contain Larkin and left Jokic under increasing pressure to do more on both ends. By the time the fourth quarter arrived, the game had evolved into a heavyweight battle, with every possession carrying enormous stakes. Jokic responded like a champion, scoring 15 points in the final period on 6 for 8 shooting, diving for loose balls, and even throwing down a rare dunk that sent the crowd into a frenzy. His individual brilliance reminded everyone why he remains one of the most respected and feared players in the world. But Şengün refused to yield. He muscled his way to offensive rebounds, converted critical and won opportunities, and ultimately sealed the game with a dagger steal off a Jokic pass in the final minutes. The play symbolized the larger narrative of the night, the apprentice outmaneuvering the master in the defining moments of battle. The final stat lines captured the duel perfectly. Şengün finished with 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists, posting a performance index rating (PIR) of 37. Jokic produced 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists, with a PIR of 31. Both were excellent, but the outcome, Turkey's 95-90 victory, tilted the spotlight decisively toward Şengün. Turkey improved to 5-0, securing the top seed in their group, while Serbia dropped to 4-1 and was left to regroup before the knockout stage. The reaction to the game was immediate and explosive. explosive. Social media platforms lit up with debates about whether Şengün had surpassed Jokic, with some fans claiming he had stolen Jokic's soul, while others defended the Serbian star's legacy. Analysts pointed to Şengün's Eurobasket averages of 21.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 6.8 assists, arguing that he had officially announced himself as a legitimate MVP contender at the international level. ESPN analysts went as far as calling him the next great big man the day after the game, fueling the narrative of a generational shift. Turkey, on the other hand, carried momentum and confidence into the round of 16 against Sweden. Riding Şengün's averages and Larkin's leadership, they looked like legitimate contenders for a deep run. The victory over Serbia was more than just a group stage win. It was a declaration that Turkey could stand toe-to-toe with the elite of Europe and the world. Beyond the immediate tournament implications, the clash between Jokic and Şengün sparked broader conversations about basketball's future. Jokic, with his cerebral style, remains a generational talent who has redefined what a big man can do. His legacy as one of the greatest players of his era is secure, bolstered by MVP trophies and an NBA championship. Yet Şengün's emergence suggests the sport is entering a new phase where younger international stars are not merely inspired by veterans like Jokic, but are ready to challenge them directly. The symbolism of the game extended beyond statistics. Şengün grew up idolizing Jokic, studying his game, and modeling his playmaking ability on the Serbian star's example. That he was able to stand across from his role model and outperform him in a high-stakes contest reflected the cyclical nature of sports. The Masters' dominance inevitably gives way to a new challenger, and whether Şengün has already surpassed Jokic or not, he has positioned himself as part of basketball's next great wave. Critics of Jokic point out that his international record has not always mirrored his NBA dominance. While his skills remain unparalleled, single elimination tournaments and high-pressure international competitions have occasionally exposed vulnerabilities, especially when his supporting cast is weakened by injuries. The loss of Bogdanovic, for example, deprived Serbia of one of its most reliable perimeter scorers, allowing Turkey's guards to exploit mismatches. Without that balance, Jokic was forced into a heavier load, and Şengün capitalized on the opportunity. Meanwhile, Şengün's growth with the Houston Rockets has been evident over the past few seasons. His averages at Eurobasket mirrored his NBA production, and his ability to serve as both a scorer and facilitator has drawn comparisons not only to Jokic, but also to other versatile big men like Domantas Sabonis. What separated him and Riga was his composure in clutch moments. Unlike many young players, he did not shrink under pressure. Instead, he embraced the responsibility of leading his team, delivering highlight plays and efficient production when it mattered most. The global basketball community now waits to see how both players build upon this encounter. For Şengün, the challenge will be consistency, proving that this was not an isolated explosion, but part of a sustained ascent. For Jokic, the task is to re-establish his supremacy, reminding the world why he has been considered untouchable for years. Both paths are compelling, and both ensure that the debate ignited in September 2025 will continue to resonate long after the final buzzer.
I just believe that Nikola Jokic is a better player and is more deserving, and he's probably going to win the MVP unless something unforsaken happen. I have Shai Gilgeous in front of him, and then Giannis. Let me feed it. Okay. I'm not saying Jason Tatum is not having an outstanding year, but we need to stop this. Oh, because he's the best player on the best team. No. Do you believe he's more important to the Boston Celtics than Nikola Jokic?
Right up there.
No, I ain't saying right up there. Jokic, to me, didn't need to make a statement. He been making them all year. Where we been? Berg, we looking at this man, we like, hold on, wait a minute. How can he do this? And he does it so effortlessly. A guy that, I guarantee you, even with 2 repaired hips and a bad knee, I cannot jump Nikola Jokic. I guarantee you I got a higher vert than him right now.
Think about Şengün's game, and what do you think his ceiling is in the league? They're already calling him Baby Joker. Do you think that nickname is warranted?
Yeah. If you look at where he is in year 3 compared to Nikola, I think he's ahead in his development and what he's doing for his team right now. I like him a lot. He passes the ball. He competes. He has a lot of Nikola in his game. As far as his skill set and footwork offensively and passing ability and craftiness, I like him.
You know, the mini Jokic thing. Does the Jokic comparison, does that bother you?
I mean, no.
No.
Not for now, still young, but after some point, yeah.
Do you feel like it's a pretty big compliment?
I mean, yeah, they mean like my game is similar to him.
Yeah.
Is it true though? We kind of play
Yeah.
same game. It was when they were telling me first time I came here, it was sounds better, but getting like, getting your own space now in NBA, on your spot. So of course, when he got retired or something, when he got old and I'm gonna some age, I don't want to people tell me the like me baby Jokic, you know.
Right.
At
right.
some point,
Right now
I
it's
had to, like,
fine.
yeah, right, now
it's
I'm
fine.
like a baby. But like when I grow up, I don't want to hear